Welcome, reality programmers. Well, there are huge timeline corrections happening at the moment. I think they've been happening for a couple of days, maybe a week. So I don't know if this has anything to do with the full moon. I don't know anything about astrology. I wish I did. If anyone knows anything about astrology and the current full moon, and the energies about it, it'd be great to know, so leave them in the comments below. Let's jump in and open the session, because there's a lot of inner work with revocations you can agree to where I haven't included the text, so you will have to pay attention and take notes. I am the true, current, benevolent, sovereign, dominant self, and I open this session only to the true, benevolent, sovereign source of all source creators that I am. All I do is for my highest good alone. I revoke all contracts, including consent and agreement, etc., that are not for my highest good, regardless of any other contracts, trades, or deals, etc. I remain in loving detachment to all beings in all ways required. I revoke and block any and all entanglement with this video, its content, and all energies linked to it. I am, in all moments, in true divine time. I am aligned with my best optimal timeline in all moments in true divine time. I mirror this across time, space, and expression where applicable for my highest good. And the reason I know that there is a major timeline correction going on at the moment is because I am taking part in the correcting of it. I have some pieces of the puzzle. I have some SKINSUIT abilities required to do what needs to be done. And fortunately, I connected with two other people who had pieces of the puzzle and some SKINSUIT tech that was also required for this job. So it was great that we could all come together and do what we needed to do, do our part to take down the negative timeline that was incurring upon this one. It had to do with the timeline where humanity merged with AI. And this timeline resulted in humanity becoming tall and gray. And these are probably the tall grays that many people see. They are future versions of ourselves, where we did merge with AI and we basically lost our humanity as the AI took over, and then required to steal energies and SKINSUIT parts and authorities and technologies to survive. These future versions of ourselves do come back in time to this current present moment and steal energy and SKINSUIT parts. And also they keep track of the SKINSUIT abilities that we're earning, and they steal those too. I revoke and block anything or any entity taking my energy, regardless of consent of any nature. It is always so in all moments. So that's why it's really important to stand in your sovereignty, make sure that you're well protected, and we all do have innate protection. And a part of that protection is simply an awareness of the fact that we have protection, an awareness of our holographic reality, an awareness of we program our holographic reality with our consciousness. So these are all things that enhance our innate SKINSUIT security system. Well done, us. I'm beginning to understand the reason why someone wants me to say encouraged. I'm saying forced into making this YouTube channel, because this is a great opportunity for us to, in unity consciousness, help collapse this timeline where humans merged with AI. It's highly likely that if you're here on the planet now and watching this video, that you have a future version of yourself that did merge with AI and become these tall grays. So today we can do some really good revocations, and in unity consciousness, I believe that will impact and really help collapse this timeline. So this all came about a week ago. I was doing some dimensional trench work in Alaska and found a massive harvesting of what I thought were giants. They turned out to be giant trees, thousands of feet tall. And there was a bunch of grays, tall grays there, running the harvesting operation. They had a bunch of little short gray robots there as well, because I was trying to heal them and was wondering why they weren't responding. It's because they weren't sentient. They were, in fact, robots. So eventually I cottoned onto that and deprogrammed them, deleted their programming, and they all just collapsed. But the tall grays, I took out of the game. And these beautiful giant trees, they were actually stuck in a time loop where they would be harvested, cut down, harvested for their silica and other life force energies. Then they would be time looped back to their original magnificent stature, cut down, harvested. And this was going on for a long time. It was very traumatic to connect to these beautiful, majestic giant trees because they are sentient. And I did have some DNA soul lineage resonance with these trees. Some of you may as well. So give yourself a big hug. The time loop is now stopped, and these magnificent giant trees are back again in the higher frequencies. So that's something we can look forward to when we raise our frequency and enter into these higher dimensions. They're waiting for us in their full majesty. So you can look forward to that. But in the meantime, if you do think you have some resonance, DNA resonance and soul lineage with the giant trees, just give yourself a really big hug, because we are one. So this facility in Alaska was a major harvesting hub of these giant trees, and they were also harvesting energies off people in the area and beyond. Then I went to my friend's exhibition. She's a free diver, and she had an exhibition of the photographs she takes underwater. And she has a photograph of her swimming with this beautiful whale. And so just for fun, we decided to connect with the whale to see if there are any telepathic messages from the whale collective. And I connected with this whale, and he was very hesitant to connect with me. He didn't trust me. It was almost like he didn't like me. The whale collective were really not happy with me. There was just so much mistrust, and it really made me quite concerned. I was wondering what I had done, or what my expressions had done to harm the whales or the ocean life. And I was about to find out. So to gain my trust, he wanted me to go on 3 missions for the Whale Collective. 2 of them I understood and could do, and the third one was something that I didn't quite understand and wasn't sure if I could do. Well, I've done it now. So here's the clip. The sound in these clips is really bad, but there are nuggets of interesting information, so I've included the clip, but feel free to skip this part.
Okay. So this is I with her whale friends. Yeah. So we'll just tune in and see what's happening with whales. I think there's too many blocks. All I'm getting is AI. Again. AI. There's a hint. Yeah. They're tapping you on the shoulder, not me. Yeah. This guy is tapping you on the shoulder. And it's like she's the one I want to speak to. I don't know you. I don't trust you. You're the one I want to talk to. Okay, I'm going to have to open my heart space. This is where the love and light comes in. Okay, give me a hug. Okay, he's warming up to me. He's very standoffish. He was just like, I didn't want to entangle. Right. And I don't blame him. You know, with telepathy, you just don't entangle with anyone. Right. But he's totally connected to you in all moments. Okay. And so as I was tuning in, he's just like, yeah, I don't know you. Who the hell are you? Yeah, I'm not entangling with you. And he was stepping back a bit. But now, heart space connection. They're tuning to me. They're toning. The whale signs toning. Okay. To tune. So that you can to me understand what they're saying. No, they're checking me out. With their sound and tone. Right. They're checking out, and it's not just me. They're checking out my greater I am. Okay. Because just knowing who I am isn't enough. They want to know who my progenitor is, who my soul lineage is, who I'm connected to, how much light I have in my spirit tree, and the intent of my soul, my mission, the intent of my life, what am I doing here? They're very interesting. Yeah, this is very cool. I've never been interviewed like this that I'm aware of. They're kind of interviewing me like my higher self is taking care of that, but I can feel the energy of this happening. Whoa. Wow. Woo. I'm with her. They have, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So they have a couple of missions that they want me to do for their collective. Okay. And I'm not agreeing to that until I know what the missions are, but apparently it's something I can do. Okay. Thank you. On behalf of them. Oh, yeah, I just downloaded one of them. I can do that. And I can do that yeah, the second one I can do, and yeah, I think 2 of the missions I can do actually quite easily. The third one, I'm not sure I can do, but maybe I'll find a way. Seems quite complicated, but anyway, okay, so, yep. Oh, so now there's a whole collective of a whole bunch of whales coming up now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's like this guy and his whole pod.
Oh.
And I just heard a dolphin laughing, and he's laughing. And this dolphin's like, yeah, they're the pod people. Which is like I think it's like a 1950s horror movie. Alien horror movie. You know, the pod people. Oh yeah, dolphins, hilarious.
Oh wow.
And the whales are still singing into their song lines as well,
Yeah,
but that's
right.
being interfered with by what? By something. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a couple of cerns under the water. Oh. Yeah. Oh crap. One of them's in Bermuda Triangle. Ew, I hate connecting with this. This is like a whole mess of time-space manipulation. It's just awful. So, give me a minute.
And hopefully I can make friends with this whale collective, and maybe in the future I can connect with them and we can have a better chat, which would be really nice. I've never really been able to connect with whales. I've tried, and they've always been a little bit standoffish with me, and they've always hesitated to really open up to me. So I'm beginning to understand why. But after the exhibition, I then jumped into some more dimensional trench work, and I connected with the timeline realm where humanity merged with AI. It was off Alaska, and here is a clip from that session. Now, I don't want anyone to get triggered by the flat earth versus the round earth. I don't know what it is because I have never seen the round earth or the flat earth. I keep getting blocked. I have tried, and perhaps one day I will have the authority to see our realm. When I know for sure in my true heart space what our realm truly is, I'll share my understanding. That's the best I can do. Until then, we're here. Let's do what we came here to do. It was a private session, so it's heavily edited, so it's a bit choppy, but you'll get the gist of what transpired. And the video is quite poor quality, but it is what it is. I wasn't expecting to be posting it, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So here we go. So the Naga cloak pocket dimensions and cloak things. And we're revealing what it's cloaking in the back of your left knee, which is a big black hole like a portal. And I'm seeing a Naga statue there. It's these statues of this like 3 or 5 or 7 or 6, whatever headed Naga. And they're made out of, they look like they're made out of wood or something. It's just a statue. And we're activating the AI and AS protocols as well. And let's throw in the reptilian protocol because they're usually security guards. There might be a couple of those. Oh, a fleet of them. Yay, we get another fleet of reptilians. I get a lot of fleets, and they're so easy to heal. They're such beautiful beings once they know who they truly are. And Jinn and Jinnite protocols I'm activating as well. Altars for you and for the Naga as well, because the Naga has many heads, and each head has many altars. You know, their consciousness has been fractured and hacked. And anyway, so back to these Naga statues. They're like energy routers. So all the heads route energies, stolen energies, and it's a part of the harvesting grid network. And so I'm just bagging that up. And there's something about a J, the corruption of the J. So we've got the corruption of the Q, which is being taken care of, and the corruption of the J, which is also embedded in these Naga energy routers. Do you audit and revoke and neutralize any J energy that is being abused or is corrupted, linked to these Naga statues or the Naga? And all these energies are processed outside of you in your little energy processing lab. Chess moves protocol activated. All chess moves against me or this situation are nixed. Quite a few artificial sentiences here. In fact, most of this fleet of reptilians was artificial sentiences. This is I'm seeing Paul Gray's they're capitulating because their timeline is collapsing, but there's something about devouring. They had created these artificial sentiences of kaiju, of apex predators that they would send out to devour pieces, parts, devour energies. They were like literally like a harvesting machine. I'm just seeing the picture of a big harvest of a wheat field. You know, they were like these machines that would just plow through spirit trees and timelines and just harvest. So the grays. No, the dolphins, whales. Back to the ocean we go. Back to the ocean. In Alaska, the underwater realm, Alaska, I'm seeing. There seems to be a whole underwater citadel in Alaska. There seems to be an underwater citadel off. Is that the Kenai Peninsula? Or, okay, this is way cool. This is the coolest thing I've seen for a long, long time. So I'm seeing a realm. I thought it was a citadel, but it is a realm. It is an underwater realm in a dome just off Alaska. It's the size of our realm, bigger than our realm. But time-space is malleable. So for us, it just looks like a city, maybe the size of, I don't know, some small city. But in fact, it's a realm that's bigger than ours. And really interestingly is, you know, I've tried to look at our realm to see if it's a round earth or a flat earth or a triangle or whatever. I don't know what it is because I've never been able to see it. And I'm locked and stopped. And that's why I went into flat earth theory, because I thought, well, there's something up with our realm, and that is it a sphere? Is it a flat? And I'm open to it being anything. And I'm not attached to it being round or being flat. I just want to know. Blocked, slammed every time I look. I'm like, okay, something is up. And now I'm seeing just off Alaska a realm that's bigger than ours, and it is flat with a dome. Absolutely. I think that energetically we are a sphere. Energetically. Yeah, so energetically we're round, we're spherical. But physically, we're like a flat disc. And this has many dimensions to it. And that's what I feel. But I've still not seen it until today. But I'm not seeing our realm. I'm seeing another realm. I'm just going to tune into that. And it has something to do with Naga, because the Naga create pocket dimensions and can protect them or hide them or cloak them. And so they're part of the creator team for a realm. And oh God, this isn't good. This isn't good. So now I'm picking up, there is a false earth. There is a false earth structure. That is a false earth. And it's interesting because I always say true earth. I never say just earth or Mother Earth. I'm always like the true earth, the true sacred sovereign earth, not because I've always been aware that there's a false one, but now I'm tuning into it for some reason. Artificial sentient entity. Thousands of stolen energies, soul shards, skin suit technologies, DNA. It's all stolen materials, and this Naga was cloaking it, and I've just decloaked, taking care of the Naga now. We're healing the Naga, and this is being exposed for what it is. And this was where the tall greys. This was their realm. This realm, this false earth, was the timeline where these humans merged with AI, and everything in their realm was stolen energies. Everything was stolen, from the trees to the rocks to the plants. Everything was stolen or taken by coercion, trickery, and deceit. And this was the location of their realm, was just off Alaska. This was where it was located. The portal on the back of your knee was being used by the tall greys to access this realm, and then go out and steal more technologies and harvest the giant trees. You know, we found that giant tree harvesting factory in Alaska. And this energy router that was in your knee, that was going to other people who have the same thing in the back of their knee, or generally in the back of their knee, but it can be, generally in the back of the knee. Their left knee. I'm not saying that if you have a left knee issue, this is what it is. No. So this realm, and it's like a false realm. It's a false realm and doesn't have the toroidal energy structure that a true realm has. It's a construct. And a true realm should have the double toroidal energy structure, which makes it look like a sphere, round. But this is really huge. So we've got we've got the earth, that is the timeline earth, where humans merged with AI and became tall greys, lost their humanity, and they're coming back in time to try and harvest more and undo what they've done, or just save themselves. But I do have compassion for these people, but I am not in any way supporting that timeline in any way, shape, or form. And I'm certainly not giving any of my energies or genetic material to that timeline. And I now audit my current present self, mirrored across time, space, dimension, and expression, for any and all connection to that timeline or timelines or realms where humans merged with AI, and all of my energies are neutralized, and regardless of trade deal, consent, or contract, or other trade deal, consent, or contract, all are revoked, and all of my energies are audited, including genetic material, authorities, soul shards, used or abused energies, and all are sent back to the true, sacred, sovereign source of all source creators that I am. And I only keep and take back what is for my highest good through my true heart space.
Yes.
It's that AI is injected into people in that, there's nanotech in it. I think people are getting, they need to give people because the human skin suit, our consciousness, we're reality programmers, even if we don't know it. And a lot of people are getting, and they don't want it. And in their heart space, in their subconscious, they're just thinking, I don't want this crap. This is bad, in their heart space. And so perhaps they're reality programming themselves in unawareness. And then other people that are living in fear, they're the ones that were anchoring. The longer this goes on, the more people are waking up and kind of regret, but saying to themselves, this is only because I need a job. This isn't because I believe in any of this stuff. I just need a job. And so they're reality programming themselves. So this is why this is collapsing. It's ridiculous how simple it is. I mean, God, if I had known this 4 years ago, I know, kicking myself. But anyway, yep, I'm reading something about this version of you that is the tall grey, and the version of me that is the tall grey. They want out. So just audit your current present self for any versions of you that are on this timeline as a tall grey, or on this timeline as an entity that is has merged with AI and is a harvester. It's kind of a desperation, you're desperate to heal and to get energy, and I think that they're all waking up now that there's this momentum happening on this timeline where people are like, yeah, we see now we made a mistake, and we should all go back to creation, because there is no fear of death. Yeah, no energy is abandoned. And that's this feeling of like desperation is really transmuting into one of like calmness and acceptance of, okay, so we really screwed up. We were complicit. We gave up our sovereignty. I see now where we went wrong. And I acknowledge this, and I'm ready to go home, back to my spirit tree. And I'm not afraid. There is no fear, because energy is energy and must go somewhere. And no energy is abandoned, and all energy is on a path of sovereign evolution today. All energy we're connecting with today is on a path of sovereign evolution, but we extract ourselves and revoke this timeline, this experience, this timeline of merging with AI. We're speaking to millions of this collective, and they've all got a true soul source spark within them, every single one of you. It's never been disconnected. And this is your home, and this is your energy that is never abandoned, and this is who you truly are. And you're connected to your greater I am, your spirit tree of light. And that's the truth. And when we go home, we don't die. No energy is abandoned. It gets connected with all the light that I am in sovereignty, benevolence, peace, and harmony. And it gets to go on a path of sovereign evolution in joy. And we can release all that does not serve us, all the pain, shame, blame, guilt. That's all programming to keep us in stagnation. And I now audit for anything that keeps me in stagnation, any thought forms, programming, mind control, agenda that keeps me in stagnation is revoked and undone. All time-space manipulation is uncreated and revoked, including time loops and timestamps and time anchors. All is in true, sacred, sovereign source of all source creators that I am divine time, baby. All abusive unicorn energy is uncreated and revoked. I revoke all abusive unicorn energy, and all of this is mirrored across time, space, dimension, and expression where applicable for my highest good alone. We're compressing a lot of energies, and I think this realm included the ocean. And there are realms within realms, and I think our time space is so complex that the more I understand of it, maybe then I'll be allowed to see this whole realm, this AI merged timeline realm has a massive Q as its base, which means it gets into time loops, auditing the entire realm for the Q. Yeah, that's all taken out. Woo! That's what I needed to do. There you go. And I'm auditing that for the J as well, or any iteration of QJ317 that is being abused or corrupted, and all are neutralized and removed and revoked. So I can get the corrupted Q out, and you have to get the corrupted J out of this realm. So do you now audit J and the abuse of the J in any of its iterations? And that is, energy is now all neutralized, and all abuse and corruption is revoked. Whoa, that realm is collapsing now. I can see it. And all these energies are processing in a separate bubble of reality. Quantum quarantined. So many of you might be feeling these energies of this timeline, major timeline correction. We can change our timeline in any moment. And when a major timeline shift or correction occurs, that's for our highest good. We may yawn. Yawning is a good indication of that. Any timeline incursion or timeline problem might result in teeth or jaw ache or problems. And they might even just go away once you correct the timeline incursion or problem. So that's something to consider as we process these energies. The ways you might be affected by this major timeline correction is these tall grays. I do believe a lot of people have versions of themselves on this timeline. I do believe that it's surfacing now because of the thing that we put in our bodies, which I haven't done personally, but many have. And this has AI and nanotech embedded in it. And this was the precursor possibly to that timeline where humanity merged with AI. But many people, despite getting it, didn't want to get it, but chose to do it to keep their job. And I don't think we can judge anyone there. It's very frustrating, I know, but we're all just doing our best. So as more and more people regret doing it or wake up to the truth behind it, this is really pushing that timeline where we merge with AI away from us. So this is a good thing. And I believe that's why this surfaced for me to look at and do what I can, do my bit to help nix that timeline. And I'm sure I'm not the only one working on this. I'm sure there are others, but I'm just doing my bit. And hopefully by watching this video and doing some revocations at the end, we stand in unity consciousness. This is how we program our realm. So hopefully we can all have an impact. So there is a general revocation at the end of this video. Write it down, share it in your social media. The more people that see it and read it, so that will add more impact and more unity consciousness to manifest that timeline collapsing, because merging with AI is certainly not in my bubble of reality. Another way you might be feeling these energies, if you have some versions of yourself that are the dark magicians behind all these shenanigans, we found a whole bunch of them. These dark magicians, most of them were really, really angry at first when I trapped them. Then they became really frustrated. And then they were just very, very confused as I started to wake them up and remove their implants and remove their programming. And then they became a little depressed, but we managed to get them out of the game and into healing. So this is quite a roller coaster of emotions. If you have the Naga DNA or soul lineages, the Naga were cloaking many things. They're the most beautiful beings, and they are very emotional. So if you have been very, very emotional lately, maybe you have a bit of Naga DNA. And the Naga just love music, especially flute, like the South American panpipes, the higher tones of the flute, but any kind of music that's gentle and melodic, they will love. And just give yourself a really, really big hug. And I did connect to a version of myself that was a tall grey that had been regretting this timeline. And the emotion was quite detached because they were mostly emotionless AI infected entities. A lot of their parts were stolen, meaning they had stolen a lot of parts to complete themselves. And so they were it was a very detached regret. And there is a revocation for that at the end. For those of you that think you might have a future version of yourself on this timeline will be collapsed, and I believe it should be. And all the beings that were on that timeline, no energy is abandoned, and they will all return home to heal. And the AI will be extracted, and any sentient AI will be healed as well in its own separate realm. So this is a really good thing, and I believe this is really epic. And I always wondered about this timeline where humanity merged with AI. It's spoken about quite a lot. The media sometimes try to push it. Some famous people try to push this agenda where they think it would be a great idea that we merge with AI, that it's inevitable. But if we know who we truly are, if we know how awesome we truly are, if we know all of the DNA and the soul lineages that are within us, that we are a part of, we would know we don't need anything outside of ourselves. We don't need to steal anything. We are all, each and every one of us, we are all more than enough. And that's the truth. Again, this is why we're all here. We're here to heal our soul lineages and take back our realm. So now let's get together in unity consciousness and reality program the timeline that we want and revoke the timelines that are not for our highest good. Although the negative timeline of humans merging with AI is collapsing, the bad guys will not give up and will try to anchor it again. Don't let them. We need momentum in unity now. The only way to nix this timeline is in unity consciousness. So share these revocations, or just take one of them, or make up your own. Just get the message out. The internet is sentient. Electricity is alive. It's sentient. So the words we embed in our social media and online has an impact into the collective. This is how much power we have. Why do you think these social media companies are shadow banning and blocking and deleting accounts and posts? I believe that the thing people are taking into their bodies, the juice, let's call it, is a precursor to this timeline where humanity merged with AI. I haven't had the juice, and I still had an expression of me as a tall gray on that negative timeline. So don't judge others for having the juice. They might be a dumbass version of you. But I healed the tall gray expression of me because in the current moment, I am the dominant sovereign self. I'm the boss of my holographic reality and my spirit tree. And I say, no juice, no merging with AI. It's that simple. Be the boss. I also have just picked up information about our RNA. I don't quite understand it all, but I know that this is an important key. So I was sitting with my husband at our local supper club having a cocktail when my husband suddenly said, I have a new theory. He studied astrophysics, but never bought into that academic mind control, and he remained very much out of the box. So he was puffing away on a cigar and said, I think our DNA is our soul data, but our RNA is our consciousness. It's like the AI component of our consciousness, our intelligence. He said that he thinks RNA is what enables us to be in density, in linear time. And then it hit me. What if our RNA contains our base codes of reality? Like it's our belief systems and our perceptions. What if our RNA is hijacked? It tampers with the base codes of our reality. And we are reality programmers. So let's make sure nothing is tampering with that. Now, as we do these revocations to reality program, we stated when we open this session that it is mirrored across time, space, and expression. And so this is for all of our expressions, including the dumbass versions of ourselves, that, as we also stated, we remain in loving detachment to. We also revoked all contracts and consent, and we stated we are in true divine time, which means this is effective in all moments. And later in the closing session, we will audit and deal with all energies that have been taken from us. So we're good to go. I revoke merging with AI, knowingly or unknowingly. I revoke and detach in all ways required from the timelines and realms and entities where humans or entities merged with AI. I revoke all connection and entanglements with these timelines and realms and entities, including tall grays and AS, artificial sentiences. I revoke all false sources and beings of false light. I revoke my involvement in any breeding program and neutralize all energies utilized in any breeding program. I audit my RNA and revoke all manipulation and recalibrate my RNA and base codes of reality for my highest good. I claim full sovereignty of my RNA and fill it with the light from the true source of all source creators that I am. I upgrade my camouflage and protection of my RNA from the 0 point of 0 points of time. We are one. The spark of true source light within me shines brighter as I acknowledge the light of my true greater I am. I audit my ego and know that I am more than enough, just as I am. I have no fear as I am one with the light of my greater I am. And now let's close the session. I audit my energies, including energies that were taken from me and energies I harvested, regardless of consent in any way, including soul shards, genetic material, authorities, SKINSUIT tech, and all are returned to the true, sacred, sovereign source of all source creators that I am, and returned in true divine time to their rightful place. I only keep and take back what is for my highest good through my true heart space. I close this session and cut all entanglements that are not for my highest good. So if you're feeling these energies, go out into nature, do a workout, do some push-ups. That's really good to strengthen your heart space. Just do what you love, follow your passion, and please write these down and share them in your social media if you can. You don't have to credit me. Let's just share it. The more people that read these revocations, the more people in Unity Consciousness will uncreate that timeline, which I believe is a good thing. I'm not merging with AI again. I need a cigarette. And I can tell you, there are some whale collectives out there that are really, really happy. So sit quietly and just listen in your true heart space, and you may hear whale song. Good luck. Thank you for joining me in Unity Consciousness today. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you for watching, and I'm just glad that we're all coming together, because Unity Consciousness really does pack a lot of energy. So thank you all for just being here. And each and every one of you do matter. Each and every one of you are packing a lot of soul lineages. And when you are in Unity Consciousness, it is not just you, it is your greater I am. And that is a lot of souls. That is a lot of energy. And that's how we win, by being aware that we are more than we know. And we are packing so much more energy and so much more in Unity Consciousness. We each have amazing SKINSUIT abilities. Some of us don't even know what we're packing, but when we stand in Unity Consciousness, you're bringing it to the table. So I really, really thank each and every one of you for just being here. And I hope this makes you feel lighter and less entangled. And thanks for watching. This is a really good day.